Ctv Kasiepo kaise Kasiepo no enye hanko ene twego ko Facebook ne so a eye my Ctv G etube follow like here na fe so wa share ede amayan nene ensama etwego ne obetse no ebi eni Bobby ansa ene eye
na it's not edin kakra meka ne photocasemo meka say the environment na it's not edin kakra na it's not edin kakra meka ne photocasemo meka say the environment was very toxic minim say the ebesi aka no twim
said your canon I want to na ya want to no na akwasidie pie wo ho
meka onai se wo ko adwuma kra na nsu a obanum kra na wo dwene ho aduani a obedie wo dwene ho asema obeka ne woni ne bekasa kra wo because who nim oni a woni ne ekasa
Ghana Company's Excellency Nana Adodan Kwakufuado wadi atudwa wo kirem se sei ebre aso se ye bebo yesu ahodo eho ban esanse eho ene binom so enya omanu aduane
Some 10% of Ghana's workforce is employed in the fishing sector, which also accounts for 4.5% of the country's GDP. Additionally, 70% of Ghana's trade is carried by sea through the ports of Tema and Takoradi.
Semfufro emono ahima wonom eda edwa hodo ano wonom edi delegates bi enim ewo NPP amanyoko ni dimu akopeke forms ede ama Alan Kwadwo Chiramaten se wo hwe ni musanka NPP amanyoko no beto abama no na wabaye flag bearer ede ama NPP amanyoko
Obia nim se edwadi asam de ye pa line de on tutu asakra na santi na ma ba ye se no yeso ahemafo na edwadifo nya ye di so a yakotofo ya beto ye se de tofo so no e de ama ye papa na ye papa de obia ni tua se ono de ne de edwadifo ma de oni ye ho agoro
Some no be eka we hu ena me de esom wo se Ctv ewia Ctv Kasiepo Kasiepo aboafo eye Alu Africa wo penchense papa e de abodan so de ana eye Alu Africa chensen ena me kanfo e de ama wo mo san so e wo still trust so he no wo din kan e de bramdam dan so ansana wo de Alu Africa chensen no e de gu se ba ne sa e ma wo dan no ejina brane e midin e de Manye Nuekie no aha Medase afe yenhye ensem no ase sei kai so be ko Facebook ne so na wa like afe so wa hye ede amaye na se ye beka ya emfie kakra nie na Ghana Company's Excellency Nana Adodan Kwakufuado ejina tumi amamara ede ama no so ehye dom levo sanka wonko ahomugiem kakra na yesa no wonko live kakra ne no na sansem no ekopie mu wo court na court de ruling ne ba ye wo mu kire mu se enya de se Ghana Company's Excellency Nana Adodan Kwakufuado wo tumi se wotimi ehye obi se wonko eye force leave ne no na bobi ansa ene dom levo ekasa ye na dom levo tudwa wo chemu say afei na wahu se Ghana ye wo mra e wo manimu
Papa mama musa o minim sa judgment na aba no wate eto say
yeah well me de maju me say baby amra ne da no e ho na om de ato se wo hwe eyi nkitahodi ana ekos wo mene omampanyi asye entemu a bonse me position pa na Supreme Court anase envens Supreme Court adiatumo eno so na civil societies omo case no court omo so omo gina so say nia omampanyi ye no emfa kwam na mejiri se nia Supreme Court eka ne se no kreni eka no ne kwanso no
wadaruma ebinmu raise argument efa say timing no emwa efise na adwuma bi wo ho a enkae se woye ede boa efa covid-19 auditing ene enwuma nkitinkiti bi nenka Supreme Court no ebua ne ntentem ma wo sai koye wadwuma maybe enema bi wo ho anka Ghana so abie timing no emfa so bi ambreye minim papa say onu omo ya adwene on this argument.
Me no omo ya adwene efa bi na efa bi so nka eyema me na mechichirim kakra yi abafo no ewo mo nseka bi say justice delayed is justice denied. Who train nsem say so a emwa onia na ye ha no enti meni o mo be adwen so menye ni say obi nim sa emra we echen Supreme Court enti ni enti a o mantimi amfa o mo decision antudwa ekosi answer na o mo de be bitudwa say o mo nsem me de mintimi enka ho twe nanso so ne o mo so ne say ade ba ko say o mo ne say na as share na me edman no kore say na ye audit report na sefo na covid kora na ma chat say ye be covid audit na sefo na ukaya na me osafo manfo any cruel association na ye court na mene Zoom Lions so na ye court na sefo enti ye mi free ho no ma kwan ma ni o beso mo ye no mo ye enti eno de metiase but no krenya me ni minu na mamu ho no na etina edin kakra meka ni potokasemu a meka say the environment was very toxic minim say the ebesi aka no twim
hono say the aka no I want to na ya hono tra no na akwasidie pii wo ho
meka onai say wo kwa adwuma kra na nsu a obanum kra na wo dwene ho aduani a obedie wo dwene ho asema obeka ne woni ne bekasa kura wo because wo nim oni a woni ne ekasa.
National Blue Economy Summit Jumede bi so na Ghana Companies Excellence na adodan kwekufu ado kasa ye ewo dwumadi na se na wo bra wo kasa na wo di tu dwa wo kire se wo mai Ghana ebra so se ye bebo yensuo ahodo ho ban esan se emu binum anase emu binum enya ya no aduane efiri ho wo kire mu a wo kire se saa de no so eboa economy no ekonimu.
The ocean, however, is changing. It is under increasing pressure from unsustainable fishing practices, pollution, marine debris, habitat loss, ocean acidification, and of course, climate change. The consequences of neglecting the ocean are dire, not just for the millions of people who depend on it for their livelihoods, but also for the health of our planet. We need to take decisive actions now to safeguard the ocean's capacity to regenerate and to continue to deliver substantial economic, environmental, and social value for our development. Ghana's coastline is some 550 kilometers, extending to some 200 nautical miles seaward, making up a total exclusive economic zone area of some 218,000 square kilometers. Our coastal area is home to some 7.5 million people. Like many other coastal African countries, the blue economy provides us with food, employment, and income. For instance, some 10% of Ghana's workforce is employed in the fishing sector, which also accounts for 4.5% of the country's GDP. Additionally, 70% of Ghana's trade is carried by sea through the ports of Tema and Takoradi. We are well positioned to benefit from the ocean resources if sustainably managed. Sadly, Ghana's coastal and marine resources face significant threats in the form of pollution, biodiversity loss, ocean dumping, overfishing, and other marine threats, including overexploitation, illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, piracy, and trafficking. These avoidable threats affect the livelihoods of millions of people. They affect food security prospects, critical infrastructure, important ecosystems, and indeed, the security and stability of the entire region. Ghana is fully committed to creating a thriving, equitable, and sustainable ocean economy. As a result, we continue to see significant progress in the myriad of interventions we have put in place over the years. Government continues to work with its partners, from multinational organizations, civil society organizations, academia, and the private sector, to develop policies and programs that protect our coastal and marine resources.
Salam Mustafa ena woye National Youth Organizer Emma NPP Manye Nuekie na wade atodwa wo kire mu se Asin North by election ebeba so ni wo kire se NPP Manye Nuekie ebedi nkunim sadia wodi nkunim ewo kumabu by election ni mu no wo kire mu a eyade se NPP Manye Nuekie ede hyepa egu akom wo san so eye mpuntunwuma ewo ho ne senti eno no ebeboa ama wonom edi nkunim.
Last week the NPP under the leadership of Chairman Stephen Intim and General Secretary Justin Kodia Frimpong shot a massive victory in the Kumewu by-election to retain the seat for the We want to sincerely thank the good people of the Kumewu constituency for believing in us and doing us the honor. The National Youth Wing would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the MP-elect Honorable Ernest Yawinim on his election. He is a humble 38-year-old man who falls within our wing, and we know he will serve his people with dignity. Very soon, there will be another by-election in the Asin North constituency. We are ready for it. This past weekend, I was in the constituency and I was amazed at the level of development that this government has undertaken there. Superb first-class roads, beautiful astroturf, water projects, schools, just to mention but a few. We are going to Asin North, and let me make a bold declaration that we are going to win it. We are going to win it hands down, just like we did in the Kumewu by-election. About a month ago, the National Youth Wing, under my leadership, took to the road and toured all 16 regions of the country. We did so with a firm belief that horses and chariots are prepared ahead of battles, and every good army will not relent or joke around its preparation ahead of D-Day.
Ctv area Ctv Kasiepo na wani guso a wo hwe e wo Ctv Ghana #1 so betimi afolo yen e wo Facebook ne so at my CTVG to be like kase no na fe so wa share e de amaye yentwa ensem no so na yenko yenim na Truth and Facts Forum bi ekọ so e won Kramantem hanum sei na honom e na National Youth Organizer Emma NPP Manye Nuekie no Salam Mustafa wato e de amani mampende da John Dramani Mahama se wo se wa yanyemapa anase nyemapa e de amambebu na wonom ewo omai Ghana mu dia wamra montene no meka de nyina yenti.
The NPP is not claiming to solve all the problems in this country, but we are on course to doing so. Indeed, this government is not made up of saints and angels, but human beings who have flaws. But on the balance of any scale, we have performed better. Which one do we prefer in this country? A government that is trying to solve our problems, i.e., employment, infrastructure, education, etc., or an opposition party that beats about the bush with no clear policy for this country. The National Youth Wing of the NPP wants to challenge former President John Mahama and his NDC to state categorically what they have done for the Ghanaian youth and their policies aimed at empowering the youth. In the case of his highly unlikely return, the Ghanaian youth should be taken seriously, and that is what we stand for. Let me state that we are very clear in our minds that the NPP government has a clear policy plan for the youth of this country, and that we at the National Youth Wing will continue to stand for the interest of the entire Ghanaian youth and populace. Our friends from the media, let me state unequivocally that the development of this country is right on our hands. We, the young people. It should not be business as usual. Politicians shouldn't take us for a ride. But we should demand proof from politicians based on their track record and what they can do for us. Let us make better and informed decisions. This country, this government is serving the youth of this country, and it needs your support to get it right. This government is serving the youth of this country and needs your support to get it right. It is not a Matre Makwe situation. No.
Yentwa ensem so na yenko yenim na eyade se yaremande ablekuma NPP pooling executive baako ewo honom ne senti NPP youth a wonom ewo ablekuma central e de adestrede e to NPP empanifo nim se wedie wonom mremwe na wom ka bi ema wom.
This should come to order because a party ni ba mu kwa na wanya MP oba press oba CEO bi oba press oba position be or party mu. So me friend mpenyefu national leadership so I'm friend to order the oyeno or set party no ablik central ya the 3 months fairness a G seat ni free as ablik central anti se sad want to move now so betsa a lucky ya constituency the police station executive there and the on our own platform and Sembia Kosona se anko yimpo na leader walidi 4 years now we sign up to me view say obabe leader now want to me nyabotre and tolerate subordinate there Ablikuma Central the nyankopon extra delegate say sade we there empire
as a leader who leading kofo who dey asindwe in a bed ebe leader and you want to me how come say we san ba biom say wo obabe leader ensibio want me leader because we are trying to match yen atumu politics nana adodan kwakufado dijaben na yen nana adodan kwakufado the current chairman of Ablikuma Central that's me am jire me na issue and let me chana me kasa because as a leader there who be leading kofo udo bia baba na wa kambom a president can never lead us again in Ablikuma Central.
Ctv area prem to Ctv Kasiepo and when you go to our share with Ctv Ghana some one so bet me follow yen e wo Facebook ni so at my CTVG e to be like Kasie no na afenso so wa share e de amayen yentoa ensem no eso na ahema benimu a wonom eda edwa hodo ano e won kramantem hanum sei e yade se wedi enkane trade and industry minister eye Alan Kwadwo Chiramate nimu akopeke eye forms e de ama no e wo NPP party head office na wobra wokasa na wadutu dwa wo kire se wosusu anase wogide se Alan Kwadwo Chiramate eno ye nipa ye se NPP amanyoko no eto abama no na ometu franka ema NPP amanyoko no
FM na abna se wa comfort mena me asante ready to man to hema na minua no mam no fikuma so be so ya hema afo a omso da bibia eto bia no na akra ahema afo so wa ha omso abe support dubedi a ye bedi na yewura Alan Kwadwo Chiramate de obi edim se we dwadie ehene iti my time ade to ye ni wo Kumasi dum no wanya ye obeboa ye pa nti yeso yese ne bo se se Nana Akufo-Addo ebreso na wotrasia yenim se ewura ne beba na ne krata de yemma no kwan kra mo no kra wonkonkoyi yenya ebede diska na ye de akwakoyi krata no amano ampa so ampa so menem ahemafo nyina ye kabom eni dwadifo nyina kabom ame de disika enya more than 1 billion titisika na America na manyini timi kan ya eti ye de disika wie ye no ene ye de call bank ene ye de kokotua eka na 500 million titidie no ene kokotua ene ya de receipt ene ye de aba say de ba be yi krata akoma yewura line o de abejira o my Ghana nem I the president no amaye say obia nim say edwadi asam de ye pa line de on tutu asakra na santi na ma ba ye say no yeso ahemafo na edwadifo nyina ye di so a yakotofo ya beto yin say de tofo so no e de ama ye papa na ye papa de obia ntua say ono de ne de edwadifo ma de oni ye ho agro na Ghana ha bibia so be ko ye edwadie e first sa man we se dwadie nim kura nka yentim ko yenim se eti se da oba ya wasi ama dwadie aye fe na sai unique no ama ye ni age ko papa eti ese ahema fo ye wo ha yi ye ma ene ye ahema fo most of them ye delegates eti ye best delegate amo beto aba no sese ye ti dompa ye kwa ye ahema fo sa ye ntintini ye ti baby say ni hwede ye ekobia obia ba wo se alai wa amade aye nto aba alai ama aye nto aba ala aba aye nto aba nti esra mo delegate amo wa madaroma momo aye o ma ye ka mo na beti momo aye
Mantem hanum say na eya 7th day Adventist asafo wonungwa mensinim wonum edi emfie eduonum ne senti wonum ahyefa na etia na eda dwumade no so eye our community our impact our church say ade asafo no etumi aboapa ama community na nasamantam no etumi etumpo
Pastor Nicholas Nina editor just say answer na wo share asori ase kra no wo mo efa wo how bebre na emusanse baby ana wo mo esom kra no na eye classroom bi na wo mo ekohia wo ho ebo mpaye eyi nyankopon ye nenso wo nyankopon akasa ehye ne hwani onyam eyi wo mo efi classroom ho no mo sanse na baby a wo mo besom kra no na enwo odin pa eno nti na asori no afatu won ho so wo beboa ama emofre wo mpotem ho ni na no wo nwetimi akosukuu akwakosua de nunti ani wo mo si eye basic school eno no ehase efi cred edikopie eye junior high school ewo komu ho se de beye na emofra no enya so emfa eno nko asori no sanso esi ayaresabia kesie pa ya no no ebeboa kromafo no obi etumi akohwe se de na pomudin sem etie.
The church was started 50 years ago here. From the initial stages there were a lot of problems. The first one was a place to accommodate the church, and so they moved from place to place. At times they worship in schools, they were sacked, they moved from place to place, worship under trees, but by God's grace now they've got permanent churches now. So that challenge of accommodation has been solved. The impact was that the impact is in 3 areas. The first was the preaching of the gospel, the spreading of the gospel, the Advent message in Nungwa, and through that they'll be able to build or establish 8 churches in Nungwa now, 8 different churches, and 5 in Teshi. In the area of education, they have 1 basic school up to J HS level at Nungwa. And then they have a health facility in the area of health, a chief's compound, which is just outside. So in these 3 areas, the spreading of the gospel, building of churches, then education, and then also in the area of health.
And what tree or Kwame Apeje ya we elder ewo mensini honomo edi some to just say was sir asori nina enhwania eye 7-day Adventist for ababe no na wo mo enye ne sa pepepe na emo aban ewo dwumedie a wodie no emu
ba ko sit down for ba ko so wi adwo so egu aban ni famu die no asafo ahodo ne akwaku ahodo bia so wo chefa ese yeye and the same NZF for Atmasi School, Asi Hospital, Second Soda Academy. House here, I believe the community noa, a Kabema or man so emutra ayade. Abochero, Anya Abadan Kwa de Shayano, Obia or the family Oye. It Miss Sasso Niswa, Sasso Danini, Yell, give it to me at the Abwa community now, so many in our soul. Sa investor yedi dia no dia ida tuyachi na me yakase ye bet me abbo modine ye dititu ade apomodine you was abre no apomodine ho sem eya asem a ha oman no
Esama hodo amede ebesom wo se Ctv ewia prem to bre Kasiepo ne nyina esi Kasiemu aboafo eye Alu Africa wo penchense papa ede abodan so de a na eye Alu African chensen e na mekanfo ede ama wo omo san so e wo still trust so why no do kan ede bram dan no so ansa na wo de Alu African chensen ede gu so e ba ne sa e ma wo dan no ejina brane ni opa matade ede e ma me eye Ctv Fashion. The Pacho Ctv Fashion ewo Ashaiman Police Junction. Opesa wo pump slit ne kaba, corset dress, skirt and top. Bibi bia ye de fabric pamani ye no. What the mark Ctv Fashion na. Obepam ne kama edi amount. Obetimi Africa Ctv ewo number iso 0543 651 536. And now say 0547 696 217. Ofrekes door ewa number is obejo so afi so pesa usua se ne pamade pam ne yi a be pacho workers door ho a obekere wo kama me da se wo je bera wo hweye e wo fie ma mo hweye e wo Facebook nso yada mo ase afi me call control MCL enemy producers me da mo ase kwa anya me ehyiram do siesie menim e de ma me eye Eunice ene siesie medim e de ma me din e de Manye Nuekie mo ene hwe